So I was diagnosed with stage 4. They said it got out of my prostate into my bone marrow. Now it's in 90% of the bones in your body. And that's when they said, you have 3 months to live, go home and be with your family. I kind of prided myself in, I never go to the doctor. I never have to go to the doctor. I've always been a guy that's into fitness. I've always been a guy that's been into healthy eating. I think I'm going to be one of those guys that you see out there at 85 years old, still, riding their bike and very, very active. So a journey like cancer or any other health concern was actually probably the furthest thing from my mind. But I noticed that the first thing was I was just getting tired. And then after that, it was starting to be some aches and pains. And I kept putting it off thinking, I don't know what it is, but it'll go away. And it got worse and it got worse and it got worse. And I actually ended up in an emergency room at a hospital in Gilbert, Arizona on a Friday night. Took my boys out to eat and I was so miserable. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I need to get some answers. And that night is when I actually went into an emergency room, an ER. And that's when my whole journey started with just regular ER, like scans and x-rays and blood tests. And the first thing they said is, you've got 2 fractured vertebrae in your back. And I said, what? Who walks around with a broken back? I'm still active and I'm still working. And they said it's pretty common, but we can't say anything else until we get the rest of the scans back. And when the scans came back, it was all cancer related. So I was diagnosed with stage 4. They said it got out of my prostate into my bone marrow. Now it's in 90% of the bones in your body. And that's when they said, you have 3 months to live, go home and be with your family. And they put me in hospice care. I was in hospice care, which is the nurses that come at the end of your life. Okay. I'm trying to get my 2 boys from Arizona to Ohio, because I said, I'm melting away. And when I'm gone, my family has to take care of my boys. On the day we're supposed to fly out of Phoenix, Arizona, I suffer a double spinal collapse. My back breaks in 2 places because the bones are so metastasized with cancer now. I'm rushed to a hospital, 2 surgeries. I'm in the recovery room of this old hospital, and my head's spinning. Like, what is going on? Cancer, a short journey. This isn't the plan. I did 6 months of chemo, which I absolutely hated because I felt good. I was in the park running hills. I was in the pool swimming. I was in the gym working out. And when I go to the gym, it wasn't like it used to be. I was a big guy. Now all of a sudden I just melted down from cancer. And even if I just put the pin under 1 or 2 plates and lifted light weights, I still made myself go to the gym. So I was very active through the chemo. The chemo, really, I had all the side effects. It had all of the, burnt the lining in my throat. It made me extremely tired for 2 or 3 days. I lost my hair. I had all the side effects from the chemo. And so I hated the chemo. And I almost was like getting told I didn't need it. I didn't need it. I almost was being told in my head, with your program, nutrition, juicing, essential oils, with my program and my mindset of I'm going to fight this every day, I almost was getting this feeling that I did not need the chemo. And I did the chemo because it's what they told me, this is what's next. And it kicked my butt. I mean, by the end of the last 6 months, the last 3 weeks going in there, I felt so bad. I didn't want to go and get another round of chemo. I made myself go in there and get it. I don't think I needed it. I don't think I needed it. But this is the beauty about why, when I look back now and how you don't know why you're doing something. I think now, because I'm coaching so many cancer people around the world, they can relate. I can relate. I know what it feels like to go through chemotherapy and get those chemicals in your body and what that feels like. And so now I can talk to people at that level. I always say you need to have 2 fight plans: your medical plan, and that's with you and your doctor and your medical industry. And your other fight plan is at home. Don't go home and just sit on the couch and melt away. You got to have a fight plan. And what I've seen also was, you're either in a fight mode and your body's, your brain's identifying things and you're fighting back, or you're in a meltdown mode that probably comes when the doctor says you have cancer and you have 1 year, 2 years, 6 months to live. The depression of that diagnosis and that prognosis and the doctor saying that you have now there's a stamp on your life is very depressing. There's a lot of things in this life we can't control. So I'm going to give this stuff to God. And I think if you can combine the two, the power of the mind and your faith, I think it's an excellent fight plan. I think it's an amazing way to get your body and your mind and your spirit involved in this cancer fight instead of sitting at home and saying, I'm depressed. My doctor said I have 1 year to live. And as I'm laying there thinking about this, and I just want to go upstairs and see my two boys, as I'm laying there, the room turns cold for no reason. And I scrunch up and I'm like, boy, where did that come from? And I look up and somebody's standing in front of me. And I'm thinking it's a doctor because I'm in the recovery room of a hospital. And the person standing in front of me, his right foot steps towards me. He reaches out and touches me on the shoulder. He physically touched me on the shoulder. And in my head, it says, you're in the presence of Jesus. I look up again and he's gone. So 2 to 3 seconds of my life, according to what I just heard in my head, I'm in the presence of Jesus. I haven't been to church in 10 years. So why me? Why me? I'm flipping out. I'm like, what was that? Why me? So I'm in hospice care, 3 months to live. I wasn't a real strong guy with faith at the time. In 6 months after the diagnosis, they were saying the cancer was gone. So yeah, I made it through the journey. I still had a broken down body from losing so much weight and everything. Yoga, gym, swimming, biking, mud runs, whatever I could find, I did to get my mind in the game, to train my body back to a new normal, not the old normal. It's not going to be the same after the cancer, but we're going to deal with something called the new normal, and the new normal is okay. It's okay. Everybody freaks out like this is all different. Yeah, it's called your new normal, and it's okay. You're going to be okay. You just got to figure out your new normal and find your happy place there. It's so crazy that my doctor's from Karachi, Pakistan, and she's just the smartest oncologist and the best cancer doctor and a fighter. She's the best one that you want to have in your corner if you're going through this. And she said, Chuck, I've never seen anything like this, and I've studied cancer all over the world. She said, your journey's not of medicine, it's miraculous. Not only is the terminal cancer gone, but your bones are so strong and clean, you can almost tell they were never broken. I look back, I had an absolute miracle. I had an absolute miracle, a complete change, cellular in my body. My body just said, nope, and the cancer is gone.
And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. But this is the best part. You've got a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
Made it through the cancer, even went back to work designing landscaping projects for a few years. Met a beautiful lady who was going through cancer also and was coaching her. She said, who's going to want to date me now? Stage 4 breast cancer. And I said, I hope I'm on that list. And we dated for 4 months and we got married. And I was married to Hannah, and we started Living Hope Cancer Foundation to coach a positive mindset through a cancer journey. And the powerful thing here is it came from 2 stage 4 cancer people. It's not something we studied and made up. We're living this life already. We're living this life on how to get up and live and have a beautiful quality of life. Even, can you live through life? Can you smile with cancer? Can you dance in the kitchen while you're making dinner tonight with cancer? So we started all of this and it just snowballed, and I was able to sell my business, and now I travel around the world coaching, teaching, inspiring people to get up and live. If it's a cancer journey that's slowing you down and has you scared and has you living in fear in life, or in a lot of situations, it's other situations. We talk about cancer because of what our journey's been. I was still designing landscaping projects. I was still paying my bills through that. I had started my nonprofit. I started Living Hope Cancer Foundation at getupandlive.org. And I was getting busy with both my job and my cancer foundation. And I was walking my dogs that morning and I was kind of in my own prayer and meditation time thinking, what am I going to do? This is growing. This is an interesting thing. And I hear a voice in my head and God tells me, I'm already rich. I'm already rich. So what that meant was instead of like everybody else in this world, money was such a big factor in my life. And everything revolved around my landscaping business and what I did. God was reminding me that being rich is not in your bank account, it's in your heart. And that became such an amazing story for me that really changed my life because all of a sudden I started looking around and I go, instead of working 6 days a week, maybe what I'll do is I will spend more time working with cancer patients and things like this. So God started sending me in the direction of what I'm doing now full time. I've bumped into a lot of other people that have been through similar situations. So it's not like I'm doing this all by myself and made up this story. It happened to me. I started sharing and I started meeting other people that have had similar situations. They went in to do treatment on the tumors and the doctor's flipping out and says, we can't find any of the tumors. We're seeing these things happen all around us. So how important is the power of the mind and our faith in this journey? This can happen and help people and coach people into a fight plan where they can be happy, smile, live through their cancer. And I have hundreds of them now. I've been doing this for 7 years. I've got people all over the world. I just got
Yeah,
back
yeah.
from Europe, from Portugal and Spain. I did a Camino del Santiago trek. It's a spiritual trek. And you meet other people that are doing it too, and you talk to other people, but you do spend a lot of time just you in prayer, in meditation, in your
Yeah.
walk. First of all, I walked almost 300 kilometers in 12 days. At my age, after cancer, I was like, it was a challenge, but it was a beautiful
Yeah.
challenge. And when I finished that, I'm not kidding you, it was a complete reset mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I get to work with people from all walks of life. Do I tell them my faith story? Absolutely. Do some people start to believe in Jesus because of my story? Yes, I've had that happen a lot. It's a beautiful thing when you can coach somebody physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I think that's when we started saying, get up and live, get up and live. You got to get up and live. I didn't think at the time, I just said, physically, you have to get up and live. But mentally, you have to get into that place also to say, I am going to get up and take a shower today, even though I had cancer treatment this week and I feel terrible. Mentally is very important. One of my favorite stories was somebody who I met in New York City, and she said, I probably won't be around much longer. It's stage 4 breast cancer. I met her 4 years ago, and she sent me a picture a couple months ago swimming with dolphins on vacation. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I would say the way it started for me was cancer was a teacher. Cancer stopped me in my tracks, stopped everything I was doing in life, stopped me. And I started looking at everything around me and then really wondering, have I accomplished the things in life I want to accomplish? So cancer started out being a teacher. And as the years went on and I seen what was happening and I seen where I was supposed to be and how I was supposed to be helping people, that's when I said, oh my gosh, cancer was a blessing.
I used to say all the time that I'm going to start losing 5 pounds that I want to lose. I'm going to start working out next month when things look a little better. I got a lot going on with my family, my job. All these things are going on around me. Next month looks bigger. Guess what, guys? There is no better day than today to start anything, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, anything. Don't put it off, guys. Don't put it off. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. Take it from a stage 4 cancer survivor that today is your day to get up and live.
My faith, it gives me a place of happiness even in this hard world. It gives me a feeling of joy even in this tough world. I know there's tough things out there, but my faith gives me a really, really place of peace and comfort and a lot of happiness and joy. So I've had people tell me, your faith shows through. your faith is like your eyes light up and your smile. So I believe that my faith shows through, when I meet people. So I would say one of the biggest things I would tell everybody is it is going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be good days and bad days. On your good days, get active, get out of bed, get off the couch, get moving, get up and live. On your bad days, that's the days your body's telling you it's time to rest and let it recover from all the stuff that's going on in your body. So accept those good days, accept those bad days, and get up and live on your good days, and get yourself involved with a support group so you're not going through this journey alone.